Here, in the quiet aftermath, we see the true face of conflict. We see cities scarred by fire and steel. We see landscapes once vibrant, now hushed and waiting. The air itself seems to hold its breath. In these places, a story unfolds. It is a story not of armies or of empires, but of a different kind of power. It is a power that is not measured in tanks or in territory. It is measured in the heart. This is where true victory is decided. It is a silent contest, fought not with weapons but with principle and with faith. What does it mean to be victorious? Is it to conquer land? Is it to impose one's will upon another through overwhelming force? Societies have long believed this to be true. They build great monuments to their military might. They celebrate the generals who bring home spoils. But this is a fragile and fleeting triumph. A victory won by oppression is no victory at all. It is merely a pause before the next struggle. True victory, the kind that endures, is found in something deeper. It is found in holding fast to what is right, even when the world is wrong. The Quran teaches a profound lesson about this reality. It reminds humanity that all power and all success come from a single source, and victory is not except from Allah, the exalted in might, the wise. This is a humbling and powerful truth. It means that the greatest armies and the most advanced technologies are ultimately powerless. They cannot grant a lasting win. Victory belongs to those who align themselves with justice and with patience. It is a prize awarded not for strength but for righteousness. It is a moral, not a material achievement. This spiritual understanding of triumph changes everything. It transforms suffering into a test of faith. It turns steadfastness into a weapon. The Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, spoke of this enduring strength. He said, "Victory comes with patience, relief with affliction, and ease with hardship." This is the blueprint for a victory that cannot be defeated by worldly might. It is a promise that, holding on to one's moral compass, especially in the darkest of times, is the ultimate path to success. It is a victory of the soul. For decades now, the Islamic world has faced immense trials. The war on terror has cast a long shadow. The struggle in Palestine continues to break hearts across the globe. These conflicts have brought immeasurable pain. They have resulted in the martyrdom of countless innocent souls whose only crime was to exist in their own lands. The world has watched as homes were turned to rubble and families were torn apart. It is a heavy price, a burden of grief that seems almost too great to bear. But through it all, something remarkable has occurred. In the face of overwhelming military power, the people have shown extraordinary resilience. They have held on. They have not surrendered their identity, their culture, or their faith. This is the essence of steadfastness. It is the refusal to bow to tyranny, no matter the cost. It is a quiet, unyielding strength that baffles those who believe only in force. The Quran speaks directly to this spirit. So do not weaken and do not grieve, and you will be superior if you are true believers. This verse is not just a comfort, it is a command. It is a call to rise above despair. This steadfastness is a form of worship in itself. It is a testament to an unshakable belief in a divine plan. It is seen in the mother who teaches her children their heritage amidst the ruins. It is heard in the call to prayer that still rings out from a damaged minaret. This is the moral high ground. While one side uses its might to destroy, the other uses its faith to endure and to rebuild. This stark contrast reveals where true strength lies. It is not in the bomb, but in the heart that refuses to be broken by it. This endurance is not a passive act. It is an active, powerful statement. The Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, foretold of such a time, saying, "A group of my ummah will continue to prevail upon the truth until the command of Allah comes." This hadith speaks of a people who will not be swayed or defeated. Their victory is in their very persistence. They prevail, not by conquering others but by remaining true to themselves and to their Creator. Their steadfastness is their triumph, witnessed by the heavens even when ignored by the world. These long and painful conflicts have done more than test the Muslim world. They have held up a mirror to the West, and the reflection is not a flattering one. The very actions taken in the name of security and dominance have revealed a deep moral erosion. The foundations of Western societies once proclaimed to be built on liberty and justice now show deep and troubling cracks. A creeping tyranny has taken hold, not just in foreign policy, but within their own borders. We see it in the rise of surveillance, in the silencing of dissent, and in the normalization of cruelty. A strange and chilling philosophy has begun to emerge among some Western leaders and thinkers. They argue that empathy is a weakness. They speak of compassion fatigue as if it were a virtue. They see kindness as a liability in the cold calculus of power. This is a profound spiritual sickness. When a society begins to see mercy as a flaw, it has lost its way. It has traded its soul for a fleeting sense of control. This loss of empathy is not a sign of strength, but of a society hollowed out from the inside, brittle, and destined to crumble. This moral decay is visible everywhere. We see faithlessness and sin celebrated as expressions of freedom. We see a rise in hatred directed at those who are different as political figures build careers on fear and division. Following the election of a Muslim mayor in New York City, for instance, we saw a shocking surge of Islamophobic hatred, with some leaders calling for his deportation. This is the language of tyranny, not of a confident and just society. It reveals a deep-seated insecurity, a fear of a world that it can no longer dominate through ideas or morals. This erosion is the inevitable consequence of injustice. When a nation becomes complicit in the oppression of others, it cannot escape the poison seeping back into its own veins. The wars waged abroad have come home, not as battles in the streets, but as a war on the values that once defined them. The very things the West claims to champion, freedom, human rights, and dignity, are sacrificed on the altar of political expediency. This is not the behavior of a victor. It is the slow, sad collapse of a moral authority that has been squandered. In this grand theater of human history, a great shift is taking place. It is not a shift of armies, but a shift of hearts and minds. While the West grapples with its own moral decline, Islam's strength becomes ever more apparent. This strength is not found in military parades or economic might. It is rooted in the timeless principles of justice, compassion, and unwavering faith in God. It is the understanding that true success is not of this world alone. The Quran promises that, ultimately, righteousness will prevail, and the end is for the righteous. The suffering endured by the Ummah has not been in vain. Each act of patience, each prayer in the face of hardship, has been a victory. It has demonstrated to the world a different way to be strong. It has shown that one can lose everything and still possess the greatest treasure, a soul at peace with its Creator. This moral clarity is a beacon of light in a world growing darker with cynicism and despair. It is a source of hope for all of humanity, a reminder that there is more to life than power and material gain. The future will not be shaped by those who have lost their moral compass. It will be shaped by those who have held onto it tightly, even when their hands were bleeding. It will belong to those who obey the divine command, and obey Allah and His Messenger, and do not dispute and thus lose courage, and then your strength would depart. And be patient. Indeed, Allah is with the patient. This patience is not weakness. It is the most resilient force on earth. It is the quiet confidence that justice will, in the end, be done. A new dawn is coming, inshallah. It is a dawn where the words of Allah will rise above all other claims. It is a future where the moral victory, already won in the hearts of the steadfast, will become manifest for all to see. The world will witness that true lasting triumph does not belong to the oppressors, but to those who endure with faith. It belongs to those who, even in their deepest pain, never forget that victory comes from Allah alone. The world will turn, and it will turn towards the light of Islam.